In this session, we start a new chapter in Abraham's life. Genesis 24, 1 to 4. This entire chapter, Genesis 24, deals with acquiring a wife for Isaac. So let's start reading in verse 1 to 4. And Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and the Lord had blessed Abraham in all things. And Abraham said unto his eldest servant of his house, that ruled over all that he had, Put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh, and I will make thee swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of the earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, among whom I dwell. But thou shalt go into my country and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son Isaac. Yeah, tall order. So let's unpack this. I just love that simple statement. You realize that? The Lord had blessed Abraham in all things. Abraham decided to make some important decisions while he was still healthy and well. We could learn a lot from his wisdom. Too many of us wait until things go bad to decide on important things. Isn't that true? The problem at that time then is that we make decisions too quickly, too hastily, for fear that circumstances could change from bad to worse. I know that's been the case in me and decisions I made for my family. That wasn't very wise, was it? But another thing to notice is that Abraham did not take the Lord's blessing for granted. Abraham realized his son needed a believing wife, one that would complement his son's belief in the one true God. And he sent his eldest and probably the most trusted servant back to Nahor's clan in Haran to find her. His unnamed servant must have been with Abraham since the time he left Haran. Abraham made him swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of the earth, that he would not take a wife unto Isaac from the daughters of the Canaanites. We just read that, didn't we? Note, this servant ruled over all that Abraham had. Wow, that's some trust. The servant was to represent Abraham in every way. Abraham sent him to go unto my country, to my kindred, take a wife for my son Isaac. Now, why would Abraham do that? First, Abraham knew that if he did this himself, he might not be able to return. For crying out loud, he might not even want to return, being back with his family out east. And all would be lost. You see, God told Abraham the land where he was at was to be his for and all his future generations forever. Second, a beautiful woman from the Canaanites would in all probability have led Isaac astray into idolatry. Oh my goodness. You really don't want that to happen, do you? And third, sending his servant to find a perfect wife for Isaac was to both keep Isaac in the land, claimed for them, and trusting the Lord completely for his provision. Did you get that? Abraham was trusting the Lord completely for his provision. And that included a wife for Isaac. You know what? Before we go on to the next session, I have a question. How much faith do we have in a God who only desires the best in fulfilling his plans for our lives? You know, Abraham believed that God would bless him in everything. So, the question to us would be, do we really believe God is good all the time, and all the time God is good, even if we don't like the outcome?